So despite all of the controversy surrounding Miss USA 2022 last year, R'Bonney Gabriel from the USA has managed to win the Miss Universe competition. And I thought with her win, it would be interesting to look back at this ongoing situation. Again, it is an ongoing, developing situation, so there might be other things coming out. But I thought it was so interesting that recently the, I would say sort of front person, the leader of this whole exhibition, Heather O'Keefe, who represented Montana at Miss USA, she came forth with a sort of update ahead of Miss Universe with what was going on with the Miss Universe investigation into Miss USA. But if you guys didn't know, shortly after the Miss USA 2022 competition concluded on the 3rd of October 2022, about 9 Miss USA contestants came forward and they posted different complaints, in various degrees on their social medias. Amongst these contestants were Miss Alabama Caitlin Vinson, Miss Georgia Holly Haynes, Miss Montana Heather O'Keefe, of course, who is the leader, Miss Massachusetts Scarlett Ramirez, Miss Kansas Elise No, who ended up in the top 12 at Miss USA actually, Miss Kentucky Lizzie Newts, Miss South Carolina Mira Bonsley, Miss Virginia Kaylee Horvath, and Miss New Jersey Alexandra Luckman. Like I said, they all posted their little thing in response to the Miss USA 2022 results, but also the most outspoken by far has been Heather O'Keefe from Montana, who has taken to her TikTok to air her complaints, or most of her complaints, and she has posted the following TikToks in relation to the Miss USA situation.
Welcome to Pageant Drama TikTok. Miss USA 2022 was crowned 2 nights ago on Monday night. I competed, I didn't win, Miss Texas won. The drama all started when one of the huge major sponsors posted a video almost immediately after this girl won, showing her at their resort having this luxury vacation, which is supposed to be part of the Miss USA prize package. There's no way that she was already flown out there and is having all of these treatments. So it's pretty clear that this video was pre-recorded and she was flown out there about 9 weeks ago for this experience. Here's a screenshot from an Instagram story showing the new Miss USA winner and the owner of the Miss USA organization doing her hair. It's not clear when this photo was taken, if it was before or after competition, but I can tell you this is the room where all the contestants were getting their hair and makeup done before the competition. Again, this is the sponsor, Pageant Doc, who owns the med spa, who reposted Texas all during Miss USA week. He only reposted her stuff on his Instagram. A sponsor is promoting one of the contestants before she even won. To be clear, he does also sponsor the Miss Texas USA pageant, but I think that gets a little weird that there's a sponsor nationally and they only also sponsor one state pageant out of 51, including all 50 states in DC.
As you can see, her main issues with R'Bonney winning Miss USA has been the fact that there have been signs of favoritism towards R'Bonney and that she apparently had contact with sponsors ahead of the Miss USA competition. Now, R'Bonney has also responded to these accusations, especially with regards to the whole Nizuk thing and that whole drama, saying that obviously this company was allegedly a sponsor of Miss Texas USA as well, and that this whole vacation thing that she got was part of her winning package as Miss Texas USA.
Just to clarify, the sponsor did not fly me out. I flew myself out. So after I won Miss Texas USA, they are sponsors and they invited me to be a brand ambassador for their new spa at Nizuk Resort.
The biggest claim I have seen is the Nizuk video, and from my understanding, this is what happened. Dr. Fee was a sponsor of Miss Texas. R'Bonney was Miss Texas. Dr. Fee's products are at Nizuk, and he's also friends with the owners of Nizuk. So he took his title holder to Nizuk, and they filmed with a beautiful woman. That video was going to be posted at some point, whether R'Bonney won or not, and just the optics of her winning and them saying congratulations and releasing the footage looks terrible. I will admit that. But the ill intent was not there, if you guys understand what I'm saying.
Which I think doesn't necessarily solve the issue, because one of the problems that the other contestants have is that how could they allow a sponsor of one state pageant, they only sponsored this one state pageant, you know, to also be a sponsor at the major Miss USA pageant, which I think is a fair question to ask. I must also say, guys, I'm not particularly on anyone's side because this is an ongoing investigation. It's an ongoing developing story. I'm just an observer in this situation and trying to hear everyone's story out, and this is also my intention behind this video, is just to present everybody's side of the story. But after all of this actually came out, the Miss Universe organization suspended Crystal Stewart, who was the new owner of Miss USA and also Miss Brand and all of that, and they said that they would investigate the situation. And Heather actually brought out a response to this, or an update, I should rather say.
Hey guys, I realized it's been a minute since I posted a Miss USA update, and I'm getting ready, so I figured I would do a little get ready with me and update you guys on what's going on. We are pretty sure that the law firm is done with their end of the investigation, and they sent their findings to MUO, the Miss Universe office, because Amy, the CEO of Miss Universe, sent an email out to the Miss USA contestants asking to meet with us next Tuesday, I think, December 27th. And so I'm hoping that they make their decision this weekend based on the findings that the law firm sent them. And then we are going to have our meeting on Tuesday after. So far, Crystal and the Miss brand have been removed as the owners of Miss USA. So that's good news. Another thing that they were considering was if R'Bonney, the Miss USA winner, should be able to compete at Miss Universe, which is next month. Now, a lot of you are asking what us contestants want out of this investigation, and really we just want confirmation that there was obvious favoritism this year, and if there was a breach of contract, that the winner isn't able to compete at Miss Universe because she broke her contract, and that is obviously against the rules and not fair. And one of the big takeaways that I've gotten out of this experience is to always read your contracts, which, as someone in the legal profession, I knew better and I should have known this. And you know what? I did read the contract and I did see that there was a provision in there that stated that Crystal Stewart and the Miss Brand organization had every right to override the final judges' scores at Miss USA. So it's either you sign this and you agree that they can handpick the winner, or you don't get to compete at Miss USA. So really, what was I supposed to do? This morning, the Miss USA class of 2022 was silenced and ignored by the organization that claims to empower strong women. Let's talk about the Miss USA investigation results, or lack thereof. So this morning, the Miss USA contestants met with the president of the Miss Universe organization, Paula Shugart, who, ironically enough, recused herself from this investigation. So that's weird that she was the one delivering these results. The CEO of the Miss Universe organization, Amy Emmerich, is the one who we have been in contact with the past few months leading up to this investigation and throughout this investigation. She is nowhere to be found. This morning, we thought we would get answers, but we didn't. Instead, we were muted, literally muted on the Zoom call. We were silenced, no questions allowed, and the call lasted about 10 minutes. We were all hung up on and just left hanging. Our questions that we had submitted ahead of time were not answered. We weren't allowed to ask questions. We were just told there was no rigging, which that wasn't even what we were looking into. We were simply told to stay patient as the investigation is ongoing. Meanwhile, the pageant happened almost 3 months ago. We were promised results by Thanksgiving. Then we were promised results by Christmas. We were promised weekly updates, all of which is falling apart. We have not been getting our weekly updates. It's obviously past Christmas and we still don't have answers. The Miss Universe pageant is happening next month and we still don't know whether or not the current Miss USA broke her contract, which is what this whole investigation was supposed to be about. They are telling us that what they're investigating is not even close to what we had asked for. There was no mention of this in our results call, this update that we had this morning, which was a total waste of time, lasted approximately 10 minutes, if that, and we don't know what's going on. I will say the contestant group chat, we are all very upset and confused. So this won't be the last you've heard from us. Let's just leave it at that.
Now, if what she said is true, I think that's a bit strange, to be honest with you. Now, obviously, there's no way of knowing what exactly happened, but I think that it's definitely interesting that we haven't heard anything about this whole situation and that this allegedly happened, but then R'Bonney wins Miss Universe sort of right after. I definitely think that the Miss Universe organization should just come out and make a public statement about this once and for all. Otherwise, there will always be people wondering what happened. I've even seen some people right now allege that R'Bonney's win at Miss Universe was also rigged, and I think that that's definitely not something that the Miss Universe organization wants. And I think that their silence on the whole Miss USA situation, as well as Heather coming out saying that they were allegedly muted on this, meeting, which isn't really a meeting if you're being muted, and not allowed to ask any questions or raise any concerns. And the thing is, right, I think that R'Bonney's win at Miss USA and Miss Universe were earned. I mean, she did a great job, and like I've said many times, honestly, anyone could win as long as the person does a decent job and as long as they're capable of doing the job. I don't have an issue with who wins necessarily, but the whole thing with Miss USA is definitely muddying the waters and starting R'Bonney's reign as Miss Universe off on the wrong foot or the wrong note. I feel like this issue should be addressed and squashed. I mean, if nothing was done wrong, then there should be no harm in coming out and addressing the situation, in my opinion. But I feel like trying to sweep this whole Miss USA drama under the rug is not going to work because it has already blown up so much and there's no way to silence all of the other contestants. Now, the last time I did check, Heather OKeefe, who I said before she was the leader in this expedition, she has privated her socials, and I think that's in response to R'Bonney winning Miss Universe. I think a lot of people actually went over to her socials probably and gave her a lot of hate, which, I completely understand her privating her socials. But like I said before, this is an ongoing developing story. I am not choosing any sides. I will not invalidate these 9 women's feelings and what they felt happened and, their own experiences. I think that they're definitely entitled to asking questions at the bare minimum. They're entitled to asking Miss Universe to look into something that bothers them. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole Miss USA drama. I definitely feel like something else is on the horizon. I feel like some of the Miss USA girls might come out and, say something, maybe release something to the press this time, maybe release something again on their own socials. I definitely don't think that the story is just going to end there. I think that they're going to probably wait for the Miss Universe hype to die down and then say something again, because I don't think that they're the type of, wallflowers to just give up if they feel like there has been injustice done against them. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you guys think there's something fishy about the fact that these girls were muted on their meeting and then just a couple of weeks later R'Bonney won Miss Universe? Because that's what I've been seeing floating around. A couple of weeks ago Heather said that they were muted at the meeting and now R'Bonney actually wins Miss Universe. This is a bit suspicious. Okay, that's what I've been seeing floating around. Again, I am impartial. I am but a spectator at this joust and I can't pick a side. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're excited for this next year of Miss Universe and R'Bonney's reign. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.